Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PWOnlyIAS. Please confirm whether the audio and video is clear. Good evening, Rangan Pal. Good evening, Nirupama. Happy Navratri Taran. Just wait for another 2 minutes. Good evening, Bert, Amarkant, Jenny, Chapillai, Chika, Ashwajit. Voice volume is, but no, for others it is very clear. Please check the audio on your end. Here it is at full. Can we trust AI for answer evaluation? AI has never wrote the exam, Ritu. That's Sriyaka. Not exactly fine. Vanakkam, Preeti, happy evening. All right, people, just quickly a couple of things here. So, this is my Telegram channel. You can reach out to me if you want. But then, and this is the public administration classes, which is currently ongoing. The next set of classes probably will start from the last week of November or the first week of December, it will start. Apart from this is the other announcement. Comprehensive current affairs program. We are going to start this from next week onwards. So, two announcements in this regard. Those two announcements are the first two classes, that is what will happen on 29th September and 1st October. These two, we will be giving it like a demo. Demo in the sense that these two first classes, always in PW it is like that, the first two classes will be free. So these two classes will be free. So you can attend it and decide. 29th September, which is a Monday, will cover current affairs of Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Or in other words, 27th, 28th, 29th. 3 days current affairs it will cover. As far as Wednesday is concerned, it will basically cover the current affairs from May 2025 onwards. So once you attend these classes, you can take a call. You need to join it or not. All right. Now, the next important point that I want to tell you people is, so as you can clearly see, Wednesday when this is being conducted, what will happen to the weekly live classes which I used to take for in YouTube, that will be pushed to Saturday. All right. That will be pushed to Saturday. Saturday, henceforth, whenever we take a class or a session, it will be a summary class of the week. Because many students have reached out to me. They were telling that, they cannot afford the comprehensive current affair class. So they want me to discuss things. They want me to do things. I'll take a summary of that entire week's news. Number one. Number two, again, I know many spammers are there who will constantly come into the comment section to basically disrupt the class or basically increase my temperature, my blood pressure. So what I have decided is henceforth on Saturdays, until I finish the topics, I won't be taking any questions. I will take the questions only towards the end. Whatever doubts are there, the genuine candidates will definitely wait. The ones who want to create whatever disruption they want, let them keep creating it. But I will ensure that I cover the summary of that week's news. Getting the point? So those of you are thinking, then what is the difference for us and for them? Because if you're giving all this everything for free here, then why should we take your course? No. The fact here is, when we are doing the comprehensive current affairs program here, we will be doing complete prelims plus mains discussion will happen over here. Definitely, I will try to cover those articles also, which is related to public administration optional. in the current affairs, whatever is there, that also I will try to cover. So that will be a complete analysis over here. Here there won't be any analysis. It will be largely the news. What is it? What is the news about? And again, some basics. That is what will be discussed here. That is the difference between the two. Getting the point here, because obvious. This is only because there were too many serious candidates who are demanding for, a lengthier session or multiple sessions in a week, and to again to differentiate between those people who are genuinely serious and the people who want to unnecessarily create trouble in the chat section. That is the only purpose. Yeah, people. Sarvagya, see, let me tell you, when it comes to CDS, CAPF, AC, etc., news, from the news only, they will pick up the questions. No doubt about it. So when I say I'm going to cover it for UPSC prelims and mains, I will be covering it comprehensively from the paper, The Hindu. And yes, I will be referring to maybe the New Indian Express also, or maybe um, law related journals, that also I'll be referring into. So from there, the questions can come. But I cannot give you a guarantee that, yes, join for my current affairs. Definitely you're going to get it. No, because now I am not the one who is preparing the paper. That guarantee I cannot give you. I know I can give you this guarantee that whatever is there in the news, from there the questions will come. And whatever is there in the news, that I will cover. That is the point. Clear here? No, I am not well. People, can you just confirm the audio once again before I start? Please, can you confirm it? Volume is low. Volume is. For me, the audio is absolutely fine. Exactly at what time on Saturdays we will be having the summary session that will be communicated to you later. But as of now, this is the schedule. And again, where the summary session means it will be only of the week, it will not cover the backlogs from May 2025 onwards. All right. So that is what it is. Jai Jagannath. Thank you, Sarvagya. All right. It is audible then. Let's move ahead. Ion chromatography, government e-marketplace, otherwise known as GEM portal, onion farmers protests, fentanyl, isobutanol blending with diesel. So what is this ion chromatography? So ion chromatography simply means, see, one of the major headache with regard to pollution especially is to find out what are the components present inside it. And generally, if you need to find it also, you need to actually use, especially in soil. In soil, if you need to find out what are the, harmful components present, soil particles are there, and between soil particles, or rather soil pores, in between those pore particles, you are having water molecules. Now I need to know inside these water molecules what is present, what amount of chemical is present. Why do I need to know it? Because obviously pollution is a serious issue. And how will chemicals enter into these water molecules? That too in soil. So into these water molecules, chemicals will come from what? They will obviously come from fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides. Got it? It actually comes from application of chemicals. Too many chemicals, you apply it on the soil. Too many chemicals you apply into the soil. What will happen? The chemicals will be absorbed by the plant. Correct? It will be absorbed by the plant. And then what will happen? What do you call that actually? Or 1 minute, bio. 1 minute. Bioaccumulation. Constantly you keep putting chemicals here. Plant will keep accumulating it. Plant will keep accumulating it. And that you call as bioaccumulation. Now let us say this plant is eaten by a herbivorous animal. And a herbivorous animal eats this. Any herbivorous animal you talk about, be it a goat, be it cattle, whatever, it all contains fat in it. The thing about fat is that fat actually absorbs chemicals. Unlike your plants, in plants you really don't have fat in it. Some minute percentage will be there according to some research. But if you actually see, it is very low in fat. So what happens here when an animal consumes this chemical filled plant, that chemical gets accumulated inside the animal also. And if this plant is containing, let us say 0.001 gram, the herbivorous animal will actually contain may probably 0.01 gram. That means more than the chemicals what is present in the plant, chemical will keep getting, more quantity will get accumulated over here. Why? This is through a process called biomagnification. The reason is very simple. See, the plant, okay, 0.001 gram of chemical is present in it. The herbivorous animal here will not just eat this one plant, right, and stay satisfied. It will keep eating more plants like this. Correct? So it will eat, let us say, 10 plants like this. What happens? The amount of chemical that is accumulated in this herbivorous animal will be 0.01 gram. Correct? The magnification, it gets magnified here in this animal. Whoever is in the next in the food chain, let us say there is a non-vegetarian, a hardcore non-vegetarian is there. That non-vegetarian probably will end up having 0.1 gram of chemical present in the body because they eat probably every week, every day. So that means higher you go in the food chain, the biomagnification increases. And therefore, it will cause many diseases. Cancer, cardiovascular diseases, rare genetic disorders, anything and everything is possible. Got the point here? This is how it works. So you need to stop it at this stage itself to know what are the problems here. This is to do with the food chain. But this doesn't end here. What will it lead to further? That is soil is there. It is raining. The top layer is filled with, obviously, there are chemicals here. Water gets mixed with the chemical. There is surface runoff. This combination, water mixed with the chemical, it moves out. It goes to lakes. It goes to rivers. It leads to a phenomenon called eutrophication. Why eutrophication? Because the whole water body starts getting enriched with nutrients, chemical nutrients. And as the chemical nutrients keeps on increasing, it will lead to what? Algal bloom. So in a water body, finally, when this reaches, you have algal bloom now. The problem with algal bloom is that sunlight will barely reach the water surface. And wherever any water body that you talk about, which is not, where sunlight is not reaching, that water is highly unfit for any use, anything you talk about. So even the amoeba fowleri, which that is a brain-eating amoeba, you would have read about it in the news. So how does that come from? From where does that come from? It generally comes to those waters which are not moving, number one. Number two, where sunlight is not reaching it. So in these type of small lakes and all, where algal bloom is there, generally you will be seeing what? You will be seeing the presence of the brain-eating bacteria. Incidents of brain-eating bacteria have been reported from the state of Kerala. Interestingly enough, the brain-eating bacteria cases have also been reported in swimming pools where chlorine was not being used, where the water was not being circulated. It has also been reported even in water tanks. Got the point here? This is how things go. Again, so sunlight is not coming in. Algal bloom is there. Obviously, what will happen to the fishes here? Fishes will start to die. And as fishes start to die, they will start to decompose. They'll start releasing more and more carbon dioxide. And as more carbon dioxide starts getting released, it will also release what? CO2. It will also release methane. So as carbon dioxide and methane both are getting released, what will happen to that whole water body? Slowly it will start smelling. Because of the whole decomposition. Not because of methane. Methane, mind you, is a odorless gas. Methane and carbon dioxide both are odorless. There is no way by which you can feel the sensation, oh, methane has got released. No. Let me take you back to a history a little. Good old days when people used to go down in the coal mines. All right. They'll carry canary birds with them. Canary birds are nothing but these bright yellow colored small birds. Just it will look like a sparrow sized. All right. Very nice to see. Very cute to see. So when they will carry these birds in small cages into the coal mines. Deep down they will go. So methane, like I told you, is an odorless gas. These birds can detect the release of this gas. Now, why is it so important to detect the release? Because in coal mines, how do you mine the coal manually? You use a chisel, you use a hammer, you cut it down, or you break it down. That is how you do it. So when the gas gets released, the next time when you take and you hit, one spark is enough. Boom. Whoever is there down there, everybody will get killed. So the moment methane gas is released, what happens? These canary birds will get very agitated. They'll start banging on the cage. They'll start behaving very violently. That is an indicator that methane has got released. Now it is time to move out. Got the point here? This is how it is done. All right. So this is one aspect. The other aspect is, again, if this chemical is there, let us say it is now summer month. When summer months are there, what happens is the soil will develop cracks. Cracks will be developed. And whatever water is there mixed with the chemical, that will try to rise up. That will try to rise upwards. Why is it that it is rising upwards? Can you, anybody tell? Why is this? Please check it from your end, people. My audio is, I can hear my audio here. It's working perfectly fine. So Ishika is able to hear me. So if one person is able to hear me, then I believe there's no problem with the audio. Good evening, Anisha. POD increase. Very good, Prachi. Soil erosion. Huh. Evaporation. This is actually capillary action. Capillary action. Capillary action simply means when you put a straw inside a glass of water, the water will rise inside the straw. Forces of cohesion and adhesion working together, which will pull up that is the surface of the straw is pulling up the water or the liquid. So if you actually notice, most of the straws also what we get, they are very small in diameter. You don't have a big straw. You don't have a big straw. All straws, if you see, they'll be very, very small. If you actually see Maaza, Fruity, there, the diameter will be even more smaller. Why? Because the moment you insert it, liquid should rise up in it. That phenomenon is called what? Capillary action. So here also the water will rise up, but it is summer season, that water will get evaporated. And as the water gets evaporated, what happens there? The chemicals will be left behind in the form of salt. This will actually impact the what? The fertility of the soil, as pointed out by some of you earlier. Getting the point here? So salt is also left now. Now, how to clear this? Not easy. None of this is easy, because once salt starts getting accumulated on your field, it becomes very difficult. So the only thing to do is I should be able to judge the value of the chemical composition of my soil much, much earlier. And that is where the ion chromatograph comes into picture. Now, I told you, back in the good old days, this used to be a very expensive process. You needed to take the soil sample along, like moist soil sample. You needed to take it where? Explain why. Explain why what? Forgot also. So, ion chromatography, what it is trying to do is, instead of taking it to the lab where a very big equipment, very expensive equipment, etc., you need to use, ion chromatography has actually made it possible to use a simpler apparatus to find out the chemical composition very easily. Bioaccumulation gets magnified in food chain. Simple. Ishika, are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian? So the concept is very simple. See, in a plant, even if 0.01 gram is there, okay, all the 0.01 won't go to herbivores. Some will go because when a plant takes it up, some part of it, the herbivore, whichever animal it is, goat, cow, pig, whatever, it will leave it as excreta. But a small amount will get accumulated here. Let us say 0.001 from one plant it got from one plant. But a herbivore will not stop eating with one plant. It will eat the next plant. It'll eat the next one, the next one. It'll keep on eating. As it keeps on eating more plants which are infested with chemicals, what will end up happening? The herbivores will end up accumulating more chemicals. And therefore, the herbivore stage, whatever you see here, it will have a far greater chemical concentration than the plants itself because it is eating more. Getting the point here? It is eating more. Now, somebody like me who is a hardcore non-vegetarian, when I consume it, the goat especially, when I consume it, what will happen? The accumulation of the chemicals in my body starts shooting up. Got the point here? There is a reason why when you visit a cancer ward, you will generally find that maximum people who are there will be actually non-vegetarians. People will say religiously and mythologically, it is previous janma's karma, it is the next janma's punya, all that. It has got nothing to do with any of it. 90% of the diseases, whatever we get in the 21st century, it is largely to do with just two things. What we are eating and how often we are not moving. Continuously, if you're sitting from morning till evening, means it is as good as smoking a pack of cigarette. Got the point here? Yes, Taran. Vegetarians have far less chance of getting it. I don't know whether you people have noticed it. Non-vegetarians, I don't know whether you can change it or not. You will find it or not. Non-vegetarians, if you follow for 40-45 days, when you follow a vegetarian diet, you will start seeing that your skin also starts glowing. Your skin actually starts looking a lot better than when you are consuming non-veg. There will be a glow to it. Getting the point here? Why vegetarianism? Why vegetarians will not get it? Simple reason: plant doesn't have fat. That is the reason. Plants don't carry fat, whereas all the other animals, whatever you talk about, below the skin, you have the adipose tissue, which simply accumulates all the chemicals. It will collect it, it will hold on to it. That when you cut and eat, it is going into your body. And then it starts accumulating there. Whichever organ in your body is weak, there it will go and affect. You will get a rare disease or something like leukemia, cancer, cardiovascular diseases, or straight away heart attack. End of the story. Got the point here? Percolation of mercury into fish. That is different. Minamata disease, its origin is in Japan. That is pure case of industrial pollution. When you don't treat your effluents properly and you directly discharge the industrial effluents into the river, that is different. Here we are talking about pollution from the land. Clear? Yes, Sugumaran, that was basically because that time Teachers' Day offer was running. That is the reason why at that point I told it was 1,499. Now I think the price is 1,999. It may pick up in the future. So if you have any interest, I would suggest enroll at the earliest. Otherwise, if you're confident with your monthly current affairs, etc., please go ahead with that also. I am not actually, I'm not trying to sell the course here, etc. Nothing like that. It is just that from the student side, there was a demand that, okay, they need current affairs like this at least weekly, 2 or 3 days. That is why we are coming up with this. You look vegetarian as you do not look like 38. So, ion chromatography now. Herbivore is more taken chemical than plant. True, Preeti, but I will tell you one thing. When you actually consume plants, what happens is, so your parents also, your mother will be doing it probably. Whenever your dad gets the vegetables, etc., sabzi, etc., from the market, he will actually dip it in salt and vinegar solution. Getting the point here. Why does she do that? Any chemicals is there, it will come out. And whatever chemicals is there, it is all present in the normal parts of the plant. I mean, the xylem, the phloem, the stems, there it will be present. Wash it with water properly, put a little salt into it, that chemical will come out. It will exit out because there is no fat to hold on. Whereas when you consume these meat, etc., in the human body, you have a layer of fat. It holds on to that fat there, and it remains there. That is the issue. Algae eating fish, if you add, it can cause other ecological problems. When you introduce one species into an area to control something, it will cause something else. Getting the point here? So many such fishes were introduced like this. They have, I think, one fish again is the one, I forgot its name. One fish from Africa that they had introduced in the water bodies, etc. So as to, because it's good as meat, alternative nutritional option. It is good for livelihood, etc., etc. But the problem with that African variety of fish was that it started attacking and taking in, eating the local varieties of fish. The certain breeds are there. When you introduce it into an area, they will, what is it, compete for the resources and take over that area. They will dominate in that area where the indigenous varieties of species, plant and animal, flora and fauna, both will get affected. Radicals that deepen into the skin, and radicals burns the fat. Radicals burns the fat, that I am not so sure, because to be very honest, radicals, the more free radicals are released, that will actually cause further oxidation of your skin. Your skin will look further older. That is the reason why it is always said to consume fruits and vegetables. It is not about just having a non-vegetarian diet. When you have a non-vegetarian diet, one of the biggest issue is it is not going to get digested fast. So you need to take fruits and vegetables so that in case any free radicals are released also, it is counteracted by the fruits and vegetables. That is the purpose. You know it is harmful, then why you are still non-vegetarian? Yeah, African catfish. Thank you, Praveen. Because for the simple reason that I love if the taste of it. That is the reason. So let us see now ion chromatography. How does this thing work? Sample applied to top of a column. Top of a column means this is what it is. Eluent. Eluent means it is a stabilizing solution which is used inside. In most cases, the stabilizing solution that is used is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is used. Now, when you use sodium chloride, what will happen? Conducting of electricity becomes easier because sodium chloride, has positive. Ion is positively charged, chloride is negatively charged. So now you have a electricity conducting fluid here, correct? Into that you add the sample, whatever sample you have extracted from the soil. Once you add it, what happens? The charges will start getting separated. That is, if you charge here as positive, the exterior as positive, what happens is all the negatively charged particles will stick to this region. Any positively charged particles are there, they will come out. So I can separate it now. That is the whole point of it. So that is the whole point of it. This is what it is. The sample will contain positive and negative charge. Then there is an eluent, which in most cases, like I told you, is sodium chloride. You put it over here. The detector will detect the cations and anions. And as the charges are detected also, it will show spikes in the graph. Positive charge, positive charge, like that. This is how it is done. Now, prelims related, what points are there? What is ion chromatography? The laboratory technique used to separate and measure ions. the charged particles in a solution. The sample passes through a long column packed with material that interacts with ions. Different ions move at different speeds, therefore they separate. Traditional method needs expensive, high pressure, large lab equipment. A portable version has been now developed by a university in Australia, and the portable version is called Aqua Monitrix. Just note the name. Correct, Sanju? So okay, because you brought that topic, Sanju, can you tell me if that oxidative stress keeps building up, what will it lead to? That is, oxidation is going on, increasing on the skin, or on the head, or maybe in the stomach, or maybe in the liver. That oxidation process is going on, increasing means what will that lead to? Question to Sanju Lambert here. Aqua Monitrix. So, Aqua Monitrix, note that name. Because easily UPSC can ask, Aqua Monitrix is a dinosaur that died 2000 years ago. What the point here? So just note the name. Smaller, simpler, battery-operated device for field use. The new development where has it occurred? University of Tasmania in Australia. Scientists, okay, this is fine, analyzed. What ions did they test? They tested nitrate and nitrite. Both harmful at high levels for the environment. Portable device gave results similar to conventional lab instruments. Slightly it has been increased. Now I think it is at around 1999, but please check the website and see, check it again, because I'm not sure whether they have not increased it again or not. All right. Now, how do these things enter into the environment? Nitrate, how does it enter? Nitrite, how does it enter? You must understand one thing here. Nitrate is the main villain here. Nitrate emission doesn't occur. Nitrite will never happen. Because from nitrate only, nitrite is derived. I repeat it again. Nitrate is the main villain here. Nitrite is something that occurs in that process where if nitrate is there, nitrite will get developed. Very good, Sanju. That is what I was looking for. So, as Sanju has clearly pointed out, oxidation stress, that is, heavy non-veg you take, more free radicals are there in your body, it leads to oxidation. Means your skin starts looking old. Number one. Number two, it will again trigger cancerous growth of cells. Any part of your body can develop cancer. Simple logic. Getting the point here? So let us see. Agriculture. Leaching or runoff chemical fertilizers and animal manure. What is leaching? Same thing only. On the top of the soil, you are putting chemicals, right? That chemical will keep going down, 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 down and mix with the groundwater table. That is leaching. All right. Forms from microbial reduction of nitrate. Notice this. Forms from microbial reduction of nitrate in low oxygen soils or water. That means wherever low oxygen is there and nitrate is there, then you get nitrite from it. I repeat, nitrate in low concentration, in areas with low concentration of oxygen, there you will get what? Nitrite. Getting the point here? I think you should be able to get the recorded version. Definitely, Sumit, once you apply for it. Wastewater and septic. Discharge and leakage from sewage or septic tanks. Nitrate can come from there also. Sewage or septic tanks also, you can get nitrate. Atmospheric deposition. NOx and ammonia emissions deposit as nitrate in soils and water. Through nitrification of ammonia also, nitrates can enter. These are some of the ways by which nitrate enters. That means naturally also nitrate can enter. Man-made, anthropogenic activities. That is through agriculture, usage of chemicals, wastewater and septic tank burst. Yeah, and NOx emissions. NOx emissions simply means vehicular emissions. Got it, people? What will it cause? Nitrate can cause methemoglobinemia in infants, which is known as the blue baby syndrome. thyroid issues, possible nitrosamine formations. That means it can easily affect our nervous system. Basically, largely it will affect the babies only. Infants, it will affect mostly because baby's digestive system is not fully developed. So any exposure to nitrate and all, it will not be able to convert it into nitrite that easily. So that will cause such syndromes there. Basically, methemoglobinemia simply means proper amount of oxygen is not getting transported. As a result of it, the skin color will turn from red to blue. Red to blue it will become. All right. Leaching is the decrease of soil fertility. So in that case, can you tell me why do we say that electronic wastes, when you dump it directly onto the ground, that will cause leaching and it will affect the groundwater? Can you connect that and tell me, Anshika? E-waste is there, right? Electronic waste. All our laptops, computers, smartphones. If you just simply throw it on the ground, on the soil, what is the danger there? I mean, I'm just putting it out over there. What danger is there? Just putting it on the soil. What is the big deal there? Any dump yard you go into, Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore, you will find plenty of such dump yards where electronic goods are simply strewn on the soil. Now, in such a scenario, tell me what is the danger there? All right. Major driver of eutrophication, algal bloom, oxygen depletion. Drinking water often exceeds safe limits in India. 20% of the sites has above 45 mg per liter. Now, this is what we really require. When you say nitrate is dangerous, what quantity of nitrate is dangerous? 45 mg per liter. Anything more than that is ideally dangerous. Getting the point here? Which process? Sakshi Badheka. Which process? As far as nitrite is concerned, we don't have any such particular values as such. All right, nitrite, like I told you, nitrite in an area with low oxygen content, it will lead to nitrite. What can be used instead of fertilizers? Just let me, who asked that question by the way? Basavaraj Kori. Basavaraj, I'll come to that. So World Health Organization recommends nitrate limit as 50 mg per liter. In India, it is most of the places 45 mg per liter, but in many districts, 20% of the districts where sample studies were conducted, it was found that nitrate levels were abnormally high. US Environment Protection Agency, they have recommended 10 mg per liter. 10 mg per liter. World Health Organization is recommending what? 50 mg. US recommendation is 10 mg per liter. That is the reason why if you go to USA and if you walk into a house and ask, can I get a glass of water? They will just go to the sink, their kitchen. They'll open the pipe. They'll directly take the water from there and they will give it to you. You will actually fear, oh my God, they have directly taken it from the pipe and they are giving it to me. But in USA, that is perfectly normal because the government ensures that the water is clean and pure. The water there is as good as India's mineral water. Not of all the companies, some companies. Like an Aquafina, it will taste. Got the point here? Here in our home, if you actually take the pipe water and directly drink, don't worry, you will end up in the hospital within no time. Got the point here? Agreed. India, according to Bureau of Indian Standards, the limit is 45 mg. World Health Organization recommended 0.1 to 0.2 mg per liter as far as nitrite is concerned. Got the picture here? Like I told you, nitrite, even in very low concentration, it is extremely dangerous. 0.1 to 0.2 mg per liter. In USA, it is 1 mg per liter. Generally aligned with who? 0.1 to 0.5 mg per liter. Where in India? Taking it further forward. Estimated levels in India. Typical range, nitrate. In some places, it is 0 to 760 mg per liter. 20% of 15,000 sites exceeded 45 mg per liter. more than 440 districts have been affected by nitrate pollution. Anshika, that lead accumulation, etc., before that, it gets mixed with the water and it will go down into the soil and then mix with the groundwater. That is the main issue here. Constantly being exposed to heat, rain, moisture, these chemicals also will slowly, what is it? And that plastic also, what is used? It will all get into a liquidy mush. Then water falls on it. It will slowly start seeping into the ground. Got the point? It is not just about, yes, you can say loss of soil uh, fertility, but mostly when we say it is basically that the nutrients keeps going down. Whatever is there at the top of the soil, that keeps going down. All sorts of chemicals, whatever is there in the soil, that goes down. Got the point here? Even if it's hard water. Yes, Kerala in new. Got the news. I didn't understand your question, Rajiv. Nagpur rural mean is around 45.7 mg. Bandara urban mean, it's around 22.5 mg. Delhi samples are greater than 100 mg per liter. Safe India limit is 45 mg per liter. Clear? Reduction and control. Through precision fertilization, cover crops, buffer strips. What does that mean? Now, simply that means you are going to use what is known as soil health cards, SHC. Soil health cards are nothing but basically it will show what are the macronutrients and micronutrients present in the soil. All right. Present in the soil. All right. Macro and micronutrients. Then you take the soil health card and go to a fertilizer shop. There you go. You give the soil health card. That person will tell you, okay, you have deficiency of iron, you have deficiency of sulfur. So for the compensate these two, I will give you this packet. You can use this packet, use it for 3 months, use it for 4 months. That means it is almost like going to a doctor. You go to a doctor and the doctor will prescribe, okay, you have these nutrition deficiency. So you need to consume this for 2 months, for 2 weeks, 3 months. Same way. So you would have always heard of these stories where corporate people who are slogging or slaving in corporate jobs, IT jobs, they work there 20 years, 30 years, they have 1 crore package and all, but they bought a farm, what is it, a farmland, 5 acres, 6 acres. They started doing farming and they started making easily 1.5 to 2 lakhs in a month. What is it that these corporate slaves or IT professionals are doing so differently from the normal Indian farmer? The normal Indian farmer doesn't know, even if he knows about soil health card, they won't use it. They will only go by what? Grandfather's or grandmother's wisdom. That means my grandfather used to do it like this. My father also has taught me like this, so I will only do this. My great grandfather always used to use only urea or cow dung, so I will also use only these two. I am not going to buy anything else. So for ages, the soil is being applied with the same set of chemicals again and again and again and again to the point where you have went for an overkill. Overkill means certain nutrients in the soil has exceeded all the limits. That is almost like those of you, boys as well as girls, whoever goes to the beauty parlor on a regular basis, let us say twice in a week, sorry, um, twice in a month, you keep applying facial after facial after facial, you will end up losing your natural glow of your skin. So each and every time what ends up happening is you need more of white cement, more of emulsion care, white wall care and other putty you need to put on your face just to look fair or just to get that glow. What is happening? Your skin is losing its glow. by excessive application of all these chemicals. Because whatever natural they say, oh, this is your natural, it's very natural, it's very organic. There is nothing natural about a product which you, when you apply it on your skin, it gives the glow on it. There is nothing natural in it. Then there is some girl out there who will never go to a beauty parlor. She will just use orange peel, banana peel, mango peel. She'll keep applying it on her face. Her face will remain the same even when she's 95. This is the difference. Got the point here? Same thing will happen here. So the traditional farmers, if you see, they go by what? Grandfather's wisdom. What their grandfather used to do, they will continue doing it, applying the same set of chemicals. The modern IT professionals, the engineers, the doctors who buy a plot of land, because they also don't buy acres and acres, 100 acres, 200 acres. Who has the money for that? They will buy just maybe what, 5 acres of land, which is actually a small plus marginal land holding. Small and marginal land holding means the size of the land is less. Still, why are they able to come out with a better productivity? They are able to come out better productivity because they go by science. They go by soil health card. They will find what are the macro micronutrient deficiency. They will do a complete weather check, and then they will see, okay, for this weather, what can be grown here in this soil. Then they will, next what they will explore is how good is the export market. That is what they largely do. They'll check for the export market there. Does this product have any export demand? If it is there, in which country? Then they will spend their efforts and energy in accessing that export market. This is what they do. Got the picture here? Somebody, Rajiv Ranjan. Rajiv Ranjan, have you done this anytime? Soil health card for your plot of land? Face loses everything. Very good, Preeti. Way forward soil health card. That is one thing. That is the first and foremost thing. Soil health card. Number 2, using organic options like cow dung you can use. Correct. Biocompost. That is the next other option. Then using other techniques. Say for example, mulching. What is mulching? You have a plot of land, or let us say you have a flower pot. Your rose is here, but you want to ensure rose needs water also. So what do? To ensure that it is always like having water, okay, you can keep watering it. The next option is get the dried leaves, whichever is there, and cover this area with dry leaves. What is the advantage? Number 1, dry leaves acts as an insulator from the sunlight. So this soil is protected. Number 2, dry leaves will eventually break down and it will get mixed with the soil, which acts as a nutrient for the soil. Got the point? Simplest way these are. The other thing obviously to do is what? Intercropping. Mixed cropping. Or not mixed cropping, mixed farming, sorry. That is the next option. So intercropping, when I say, say for example, pepper, coffee. These two can be grown together. Got the point? Mixed farming, when you say, you try to include everything in it. So there is this guy, I think I'm not sure whether it is Telangana or Andhra Pradesh. So what he actually does is he collects all the fruit plus vegetable waste. from market. That he will give it to his cows. Cows will give him milk and also cow dung. Cow dung is taken to a biogas plant. The waste from here, that is the slurry, that is taken out and it is kept out in the sun, which will generate earthworms. Earthworms are used to feed the hens. Some are even used put directly into soil to grow plants as nutrition. Hens will give egg. In addition to this, he also collects fish waste, which he feeds to his ducks, which again gives him eggs. Mulching simply means you're covering the top layer of the soil with leaves so that the soil layer is protected from the direct intensity of the sunlight. Feed their cattle with the cattle's manure, enriching the soil for the next crop. Agreed? Agreed? Clear? What are the international conventions involved here? This is something which you should keep in mind. EU Nitrates Directive 1991, UNECE Gothenburg Protocol, UNEP Global Nitrogen Campaign. You should actually make a list of all the conventions and protocols and then purpose. Each convention, that is, you will make a list like this: convention slash protocol and then purpose. This you can get as a question. Fish waste is collected. You get to go to the market and ask to the fisher, to the people who are selling fish. You just ask them, whatever waste is there, just give it to me. Give some chiller amount to them. They will keep it. Correct? Satyamela Jayata program. Ah, yeah, correct. Correct. All right, people. Use a sodium chloride as a solution. UV light absorbance detector. UV light is used basically to detect nitrate and nitrite because both of them absorb UV. Ultraviolet rays are also used as what? UV rays kills bacteria and other germs. That is the reason why UV light you have in a filter. And that is the reason why you need actually sunlight to hit every pond, every lake, every river. Only then the harmful microorganisms will get killed. Getting the point here? Hmm. This is just for your understanding. So the applications of it is, now that you have a machine to detect nitrate and nitrite, you can also use these machines in the future to detect ammonia and to detect arsenic. Ammonia is very, very dangerous. Ammonia, let me tell you, ammonia is actually used to embalm the dead bodies, especially to keep the fishes, the meat, etc. for long life. They mix it with ammonia. Ammonia, if you ingest it, it will cause severe irritation internally. Digestive system, etc. will go for a toss. Arsenic, straight away poison. Arsenic was apparently used to kill Napoleon Bonaparte. Daily they used to give little by little arsenic into his food. Consuming that only, he eventually died. Directly, they did not want to kill him because they did not want to make a hero out of him. They did not want him to keep him alive also because they were scared of him. So instead, what they did is they went for arsenic poisoning little by little. What's the schedule of these sessions? Weekly on Wednesdays. Baga Swings '07. Today, as of now, this is the 13th lecture. Till today, it was on Wednesday. From October, which is basically next month onwards, it will be conducted on Saturdays, which will be more of a summary session. All right. All right. Moving on. Now, government e-marketplace. Let me cover this topic also. GEM. Now, these are some things which never gets reported in the paper. Public administration optional students, if anybody is out there, this is something that you need to remember. What is GEM? So, why is it that, if you actually look at these group C, group D, that is the clerks, the peons, the drivers, the cleaning staff, etc., in a government office, who gets very less salary, less than 30,000 or in and around 30,000 and all, that is their current salary. We know it for a fact that with 30,000 or 25,000, you cannot lead a home. Forget leading a home. You won't even be able to buy and eat anything. So how do they survive, or how did they survive in the past? Very simple. All I have to do is generate bills. How? Let us say I went to buy this pen. So when I went to buy this pen, the shopkeeper is a known guy. Price of the pen is maybe 50 rupees. But I told him, you put it as 75 and give me. So he will give a bill where the pen is only 50. He will make it as 75. So if I bought 10 pens, my profit, and the bill will be 750 rupees. My commission or my corruption, my bribe, whatever you want to call it, my illegally earned money will be 250 rupees. What do I do with the bill? I just take the bill, I submit it in the office, in the government office where I'm working. I'm working as a peon there. I said, yeah, 10 pens I bought. This is the price. They will file the bill. It'll go to the treasury. Next month, when I'm drawing my salary, I get that money into my hand. Very smooth it is. Very, very smooth. Very clean. Until and unless somebody comes there to check it personally, no, you have actually charged more for a pen. It is only 50, but you charge 75. Nobody is going to get to know. So cars also, whatever were there, the cars of the government servants, always they will be under maintenance. They'll be always generating. Oh, we changed the tire, we changed the engine, we changed the model, we changed this, we changed that, we changed the whole car itself. They'll keep generating bill after bill. All you have to do is just go keep the bill there. Your job is done. So 25,000, 30,000 rupees, whatever your salary is, another 25, 30K through all these dealings. Directly, is it corruption? No. But is it corruption? Absolutely yes, because you're wasting taxpayers' money. Got it? So to solve the problem of vehicle, what has the government done? Government currently is doing what? Contracting out. That means no more there is something called as government vehicle, government driver. That is very, very less. Only for a few services, only for a few posts. That post is there. Otherwise, it is simply not there. For IRS service, etc., today what you have is, you will have a cab, no doubt about it. You will have a car with the board, everything. But it is not a government vehicle. It has been taken out on rent. Monthly rent basis. Owner, let us say I am the private car company owner. I am giving the car as lease or rent for the government. Petrol, my expense. Driver's salary, my expense. Maintaining the car, my expense. Insurance, repair, anything, my expense. Government is only paying the rent. Government need not worry about pension. Government need not worry about, oh my God, so much of maintenance for the car. Oh, I need to pay the insurance. Nothing. Just pay the rent. Got the point here? Government is saving money in that. So here it is fine. This fine, you can contract it out. But what will I do about grassroots level corruption? What will I do about that? That I need to solve, right? That is where government e-marketplace comes. A government e-marketplace is just like your Amazon, Flipkart. Only difference is here you have. So I need to buy a pen. I need to buy pen for an entire office. I need to buy pen for all my branches and divisions totally. Okay. Now I want to buy. When I enter into GEM, Government E-Marketplace, I will find there are three vendors. There are three vendors ABC who are selling pens. So I need 100 pens. They are all offering different price. 15 rupees. Let us say somebody is offering 15 rupees. Somebody is offering it pens at 25 rupees. Somebody is offering pens at 20 rupees. Now what I will do here is I will basically give a quote. I will give a quote and I will say, okay, 10 rupees per pen. This is my offer. What am I doing here? I'm doing reverse bidding. Bidding means what? To keep saying a higher amount. 25 lakhs. Oh, 30 lakhs, 35 lakhs. That is bidding, where it will keep climbing up. Here it is reverse bidding. That is my quote I am saying. I'm saying, okay, you are telling 15, you're telling 25, you're telling 20. I want 100 pens. But I'll only offer at what? My price is, I will only offer 10 rupees per pen. Who can offer this to me? That's the thing. So let us say A will say, okay, I am ready to give it. I am ready to give it to you at 12.5 rupees. I'll offer it at 12.5. 10 is too less. But C is aggressive. C is like, forget it. I will offer it to you for 9 rupees. I will go with C. I will go with C. Because I will tell you that reason also now. Whoever quotes the lowest, you're supposed to choose. Whoever quotes the lowest price, you're supposed to choose. Because in case, I know, as an officer, I know, C's pens lacks quality, half of them won't work, all that is there. But then I can't help it. C has quoted the lowest price. I'll have to go by it. Why? Because these things are always audited. In the future, if they find that C quoted 9 rupees, I didn't go with C. I went with A, who quoted a higher price of 12 and a half. My pension, my promotion, my increment, everything will be put on hold by the vigilance department until the enquiry is completed. They'll keep calling me, whichever part of the state I am in, they'll keep calling me for vigilance inquiry. Why didn't you go for 9? Why did you go for 12 and a half? That time if I say, because 9 rupees, that quality is not at all good. That is a pathetic pen. That company also got shut down. They won't listen to that. They'll be like, no, no, no. You are told very clear instructions. As per the law, you're supposed to go by the company which quotes the least price. Why did you go for the highest price? This tu me will continue. It will take 10-15 years for this issue to get resolved. Until and unless somebody sensible comes there and says, Arey, he's a straightforward officer. He did not do it for any commission and all. He did it only because the 9 rupees, the 12 and a half rupees is what? That is having better quality. Dismiss the case. Until a sensible officer comes. Otherwise, generally in bureaucracy, if you see, you only have all these Kujliwala officers will be there. People, if they want to ruin your life, they can do it. Why am I going this level to explain this? I will tell you. SSC, what is the issue currently that has been ongoing? There were two vendors who were ready to conduct the exam. One was TCS. The other was Adequity. When the SSC chairman was asked, why didn't you go for TCS? The answer given by him was that TCS quoted a higher price. But whenever TCS has conducted the exam has gone smoothly. That they have credibility there. Adequity actually offered the same, that they will conduct the exam at a lower price. But these people, they don't have any credibility. So like I told you, he went with this because you have quoted the lowest lowest price. Getting the point here. This is what it is. This is what happens here. So in the case of GEM, currently what has occurred is, so we are trying to increase the research and development in our country, R&D. For research and development, Indian government doesn't even spends actually less than 1% of GDP. It is somewhere around 0.6 to 0.7 percentage. That's all that we spend on what? Research and development. So if you need any critical component, you need to buy anything. Many of these components you have to buy from the GEM portal itself. That is a condition or a criteria. And when you go for the GEM portal, what is the biggest issue there? Quality. So I want to do research and development, but whatever funds I am getting, one of the clause to use the fund is I have to source my components from the GEM portal. And when I source the components from the GEM portal, the quality is pathetic. Then what will happen to my research and development? Goes down. Got the point here? Clear with this? This is the whole idea here. So what is the solution for all of this? Solution for all of this, if you actually see, let us see the global examples. Germany has a high-tech strategy. And Koino, procurement promotes innovation, supplier databases and cross-sector forums. That means procurement is a database itself, is there a huge database from where you can procure these things. And a supplier database. Who and all will supply what and all parts. Very clearly given. USA, there is an SBIR program. 3% of federal R&D funds reserved for startups. Phased procurement reduces early tech risk. Phased procurement. That is, procurement is done bit by bit. Not in one single go, you have to buy everything. No, bit by bit you buy. What you want, accordingly you buy. What is the latest, accordingly you buy. Don't buy everything in advance and keep. South Korea, pre-commercial procurement pays premium for prototypes with moonshot potential. Pays a premium for prototypes with moonshot potential. What does that mean? Moonshot. Moonshot means something that can go up very quickly. That means something that is you're creating a product or a prototype. Prototype means a working model. You created a working model which has the potential to become commercialized and generate huge profit. So what do? Once it is made, once you make something like that, they'll immediately pay a premium amount and they will fund it for you. This is how it is done. Whereas in India, what is the condition? In India, the condition is you have to get it through GEM portal. As a result of which research and development suffers. What is the advantage of GEM portal so far? GEM has facilitated savings of over 40,000 crores since inception. Prices on GEM for common goods were observed to be 9.5% lower compared to platforms like Amazon and Flipkart for 10 of the 22 commodities. A World Bank study estimated an average of 9.75% cost savings through GEM. So like I told you, government is literally saving a lot of money through the GEM portal. Because you're directly buying it from the wholesale dealer. Directly. So what happens here is, you save on a lot of money. Earlier, this was not the case. Now at pan-Indian level, I am telling you, any central government office, why? Even if you need one rolling chair now, rotating chair you want with the rolling wheels, can you simply go and buy a chair and come of your choice? No. You have to place the order through the GEM portal. That is the new rule. GEM lowers cost to real-time price comparison, bulk orders, reverse auction, average price reduction on products by 15 to 20%, sometimes up to 56%. For financial year 2020 to 23, more than 2 lakh crore of business was done. Faster procurement, standardized specification, and elimination of intermediaries reduce overhead and delays. With more sellers, including MSMEs, greater competition helps push prices down. Increased supplier base contributes to financial savings. Government is saving a lot of money, and like I told you, grassroots level corruption is getting eliminated. No more submitting bills and then getting the reimbursement later. No more. Nothing doing. Anything you want to buy, you buy it from here. Got the point, people? Now, let us always we keep hearing we should overtake China, we should overtake China. This is something which we keep hearing. Now let us look into, please explain premium with example. See, premium simply means I'm paying a huge money. That is what a premium means. There is a commercial project that is okay. Let us. Who is this Kennedy? Kennedy, you created a new startup idea. All right, you created a new startup idea. You Shark Tank. Have you seen? There is an Indian version and there is a foreign version. The Shark Tank. There you go. You can see the what is it? The businessmen, the people who would have pitched in that their idea. They will basically say this is my idea or this is my product. Now, if you are interested in it for this percentage, I need this much level of funding. For this much percentage, I will give you. Correct? Same thing. It is the same thing. So if there are not many buyers, I want it for myself. I want, as the government, I want it for myself. What will I do? I will make an offer which you cannot refuse. I will make a huge offer and I'll buy the product from you. Or I will take the percentage share of ownership. That I will take. So that you run the company, everything. I only want what? I only want a share of the profits in it. Simple. Any which way I am winning. You are the owner. You continue to have more than 51 percentage. But I have given you money. You take that money and put it into your project or your startup. It grows further and further, better and better. Profit is better. I get a share out of it. Got the point here? This is what happens there. Now let us see how China and India are spending for research and development. China gross domestic expenditure on research and development is 505 billion for the year 2024. India's GERD was 15 billion in 2020-21. Got the picture? Where is $500 billion and where is $15 billion? Got the point? Any other ways to choose better options with good quality in GE? Ilakia Lakshmi, the only option is you need more players to compete. More players to compete in the gem portal, just like how it is in Amazon. In Amazon, when we go to buy a product, there are two things there to look out for. One is certain products will have this tagline, Amazon's choice. And some products will be there. If you scroll down a little, you will find it has got incredible rating, 4.3 out of 5. Maybe the Amazon's choice is only 4.1 out of 5. And you will see it is quite a new company, slightly more expensive, but the reviews are looking really good. You buy it. What is happening in Amazon? There is competition. Correct? You need the same thing in Gem Portal. You need more and more people to enter into Gem Portal and start offering their services or their products. That way, quality will improve. Otherwise, it won't. Got the point here? Research and development as a percentage of GDP. China spends 2.68% in 2024. India's is always between 0.64 to 0.66. R&D expenditure increasing steadily, 8.3% growth from 23 to 24. India's GRD has more than doubled from 2010-11 to 2020-21 in absolute terms, but as a percentage of GDP has been stuck in the 0.6 to 0.7% range. That means not even 1%. What is China's? China's is around 2.68. Ours is 0.7 that or 0.6. That means 4 times than ours. In absolute money terms, if you are going to calculate, that's a huge difference. We are at 15, they are at 500. And that is the reason why China is ahead of us when it comes to manufacturing base and technology. Much of China's R&D includes a strong private industry participation. That is the beauty there. Government is not the major player when it comes to making investments in research and development. Whereas in India, central government 43.7%, state government 6.7%, from the higher education sector 8.8%, public sector industry 4.4%. Private sector overall, if you see, it is just 36.4%. In other words, more than 65 percentage of R&D funded by government. In China, R&D is funded by private players. Got the point here? Okay, people. I will just cut it short over here. I know I'm normally supposed to take 2 hours. My health is not keeping up with my interest to take the class. So I will quickly go through the questions now. Kaushik Manna, if you don't mind, could you? But in the PW section, it shows 99. Okay. Kaushik Manna, the reason why the prices have increased were during when I announced the whole comprehensive current affairs program, the Teachers' Day was going on, as a result of which offers were still there. So now that the Teachers' Day is over, the offers are have also got over. That is the reason why the price has increased slightly from 1,499 to 1,999. I don't have any control over such things. These things are decided by the management. Yes, Srishti, it is an inconvenience, but it has helped in eliminating corruption. It has helped in eliminating corruption a lot. Government is basically, cutting off all the sources from where a government servant can make extra income. Because goes without saying, see, we hate government buses, we hate government hospitals, we hate government schools, but everybody loves a government job. It is not because they are getting an opportunity to serve. The only reason to get into a government job is to earn more, demand more dowry. But when the option to earn more is not there, then you don't get that dowry. There is no demand for a government job. People will automatically start looking for other options now. That's the long term goal, but it will take time. Any advantages of private player in R&D? Definitely, Kennedy, because see, for example, in Harvard and all, how it works is Harvard each year, whoever passes out and gets a job, etc., they will contribute to the alumni. That is the association of all the old students. They'll contribute money to it. So all the old students from ages together has been funding Harvard. As a result of which, what Harvard can really do is they are actually sitting on billions and billions of dollars. They can fund any research. They can fund any research because Harvard devises its course not based on what the US government will say. Harvard makes its courses based on what the market demand is. So the moment things will have started changing towards AI, machine learning, deep learning, etc., Harvard has already started offering many diploma courses. 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, like that, they have started offering it. So they can actually bring a huge change. That is, they are always in sync with what the industry wants. Whereas in our country, once the University Grants Commission decides, okay, this is the syllabus, then that is the syllabus. For 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you don't upgrade the syllabus, you don't update anything. There is a difference, there is a reason again. Because we are only trying to create, Indian education system is trying to create what? Employees, not employers. European education system, US education system, they actually encourage entrepreneurship. Start something of your own. Be your own CEO. This is what they encourage from day one. That is why you basically hear that, 15-year-old kid started a startup and now he's a billionaire by 20 years. You can hear such stories there, but in India, very, very rare. I'm studying in degree. Can I prepare for UPSC now? Yeah, you can. For my GAT preparation for my, I have no idea, Namrata. Namrata, why don't you do one thing? Why don't you go through the PYQs? All right, previous year questions, and then see what type of current affair questions are being asked. Then Monday and Tuesday, the sorry, Monday and Wednesday next week, when the demo classes will be there, see whether my classes are covering things in a manner which is suiting your exam. Then you can take a call whether you want to join or not. Thank you, Om. I want to clear GATE and UPSC also. You are only in BTech second year. Okay, though first two things then. Focus on your BTech. Number two, focus on your GATE. UPSC to clear it, you only need one attempt. That you can do anytime. You clear your BTech, you get into GATE, get into a good college, get into a good job. Then also, if you start, UPSC will still be there. All right? Get into a proper job first. True, Ishika. That is unfortunately the crazy part of our country. I'm in IBDP board. Asked to. Do you recommend studying abroad or in India? I don't recommend anything. You should not be asking this question to me. That is something which your parents and you should decide. And again, depends upon how much of financial wealth you people have. On that basis, you can decide. Private sector contribution is less means which university is out there? Which university is out there that is updating their syllabus based on market demand? Which university is there? There is hardly any university. Definitely, you can add. Regulation part also you can add. It is not at all easy to get approvals. Protest by the youngsters at the end of the session. Glad to know that Arithro Chatterjee. Any other queries, people? How to time? Keep your day. Keep your days busy. Ishika, you can never solve all the problems of the world. Understand one thing. And unfortunately or fortunately, the whole thing has been sold out like a big dream that you become an IAS and IPS, you can change the country, you can do that. Not exactly. It is not that on day one itself you will be able to change. You need at least 5 to 10 years to just to understand how the whole system is working. How are things working at the state level? How are things working at the central level? You need to understand that first. Once you understand that, then you start trying to make your own small changes here and there. That is how you can do it. Not in a single go. You can do it. Simple things you can do is when you become an officer, first thing you can ensure is whoever is there in your department, everybody, you come on time. You arrive in your office on time. Your colleagues, your subordinates, everybody will come on time then. So as the office starts functioning from the between that proper working hours, things will start changing. Good night. This class will continue exactly on not this Saturday, next Saturday, from next week. Answer writing sessions will be conducted in the comprehensive current affairs batch. There it will be conducted. Answer writing, how to write, those discussions will be. For example, already I have basically, our group has already started, but given time to most of them to ask their questions. So the last question, if I see, for example, Preksha Parashar is asking, good evening, sir. Do we need to know about individual criminal cases? Are they useful in any case? These are doubts which any student will have because you are going on hearing about that murder, that case, this case, etc. But actually, no, not required. Even when you talk about, okay, sensational murder cases like something that took place in West Bengal, RG Car, you will not get a direct question asking about that case. It will be largely to do with how do you see the safety of women? Is what is the reason that the safety of women in our country are so bad? Is so bad. You may get that type of question in your GS paper 1 mains society section. There you can get. So for that, you need to prepare. Okay, what is the issue here? Like mindset, sex education, all those pointers you should put over there. Per se, criminal cases, very less chance that it may come for you in UPSC. All right. Try it is possible, not that it is not possible, but it will take time. but it will take time. It will take huge amount of time for the whole thing to change. Because again, let me tell you, the mindset has to change first. That is, like I've told this many a times in my public administration class. If you tell it to your parents that I want to do research and development, if you are a girl, you will get married. If you are a boy, you will be probably kicked out of the house. That is what is going to happen. Research is not something which is entertained in the Indian society. Indian society, it is basically like you marry, you should get into a job in your 20s, then get married, take a dowry, have a kid, then divorce before your 30s. This is what is considered as an ideal Indian life currently. One goes by the current trend. So that is the case. So until and unless that mindset changes and people starts thinking beyond doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, government job, until and unless people think beyond that, this will continue. Best I speak the language. It is all up to individual. Individual decides. Prepare for, you can dream. What is wrong in that? No need to dream. You can prepare for the exam. Become first year, right? Good. So I railway group D exam you want to do. Fine, then do one thing, clear that exam and the simultaneously do your BCom also, and then start preparing for UPSC. So you will have a job in your hand. You need not depend on your family or anybody. You can become financially independent. I have no idea what is SNTC double SC. I am hearing it for the first time. Can you expand the whole exam? Preeti, please take up TCS job. If you have got a job there means please take it up. You can prepare parallelly. Rakesh Alladi, the question that you have asked, this is something which I think another person has also asked here. Yeah. Mans Sony. Good evening, sir. I find answer writing difficult as my English is average. When I use keywords or short forms, I'm advised to explain, but detailed explanation makes the answer too lengthy. Can you please suggest a practical revision strategy? Also, after lectures, how should I use the UPSC Wala book for value addition since covering it page by page feels difficult? To the same query, what you have asked, 6 to 7 hours you are preparing, but you're not able to recall anything. And here, Man Soni has basically asked about how to write answers, how to retain that information. As you finish a topic, write the PYQ of that particular topic. That is the only thing to do. So once you write an answer only, you will get to know whether you are good or bad. And as to what points to write, what not to write, well, that is a skill. That is why we keep telling answer writing is a skill. It is not something which you can develop in a single go. There are people who can write brilliant answers in the very first shot. And that has got a lot to do with what type of schooling they received and what college they went to. So for me to write an essay or to speak on a random topic, it is very easy for me because I used to take part in essay writing competitions in my school and college days. I used to take part in extempore speeches in my school and college days. So for me, public speaking is like baaye haath ka khel. But that is not the case with everybody. In that scenario, what you should do, keep writing. Keep writing as many answers as possible till the day you improve. That's all that you can do here. There are no tricks. You just need to work harder. Which part of Kerala are you from? From Thrissur. Johan Jijo. All right, people. There is no tricks here. You just analyze the question paper and then you start preparing. All right, people. I can see there are a lot of spammers now. Is Satyan Tagore Civil Service Studies? Yeah. Okay, is it something that is being conducted by the West Bengal government? Like, yeah, you can do UPSC after engineering. While you are pursuing engineering, also you can do it. That is the idea, Ruprabha. The idea here is why we are keeping a 3 day session is only because the whole news in the consolidated form it becomes easy. You understand the what and what there so that you don't have to do the donkey work. Understand something. When I take a current affair class, it is not necessary that I will take all the articles. All the articles. I will tell you the reason also. See, sometimes certain issues, until and unless it is resolved, it is better not to keep reading it. For example, we know about the Article 143 that the President has asked Supreme Court with regard to the timeline given for Governor and President to decide on a bill that they receive. Correct. Now the next hearing is there in October, November. So let the hearing come. Let a final verdict come. Till then, many articles will come in Hindu as well as Express where they will say Supreme Court can do this, Supreme Court may do that, Supreme Court may do this. It is all may, can. I don't want that. I want a finality. I want a finality. So when the finality happens, that is when we will cover the news. Till then, let us not waste our time. And all editorial discussions are again not important. It is ultimately what? One individual's opinion. If you sit for my current affairs class, after 3 or 6 months, even you will have an opinion about everything that is happening in the world. Does that mean all the opinion is important? All the opinion needs to be taken with seriousness? Absolutely not. So the idea behind this current affairs class is not basically, okay, I will take up each and every small article from the Hindu and I'll put it. No, what is relevant, what is needed, what you need for UPSC, be it from prelims perspective, be it from mains perspective, that is what I'm going to deliver. So that you will not feel the burden. That is the idea. All right. Do it while you're engineering, while you're doing your engineering itself, you can do it. Finish off with your optional and all the GS, get all the notes, everything in order. So I think that will be it. Let's call it a day. So this is what it is, people. So many questions have come over here in the Telegram group for the comprehensive current affairs. I'll be addressing them next. All right. Nice to hear that. Vanakkam. Let's call it a day, people. What is the best daily routine to score 98%? I'll just tell you the same thing for all of you. Go by the PYQs, previous year questions of last 5 or 10 years. It 10 standard, 12 standard, any standard, college or whatever. See which are the most frequently asked topics. Start preparing those. Start preparing those, start practicing those. You can easily score 98 by 90 for 99%. All right, people.